I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, Delia.
Delia? Who's Delia? Who do you think I am?
Delia Reed Ryan Coleridge. Right. Frank Ryan's first wife, the mother of little John. And I thought the stories that Frank told me about you were absolutely fascinating.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I would be surprised if Frank had sent you to me. Delia, I think it was your idea.
How did you recognize me? Frank used to carry a picture of me in his wallet, but he hasn't done it in
Frank
years.
was always surrounded by pictures of his family. One wall of his apartment was papered with them. His bedside table was a forest of frames. Pictures of his parents and you, his brother and sisters, and you, little John and you, your brother and you. In fact, he used to say it was almost impossible to get a picture of the family without you in it because you didn't want to be left out. Delia, I understand now. I thought then that the Ryan family were the most attractive, most loving people in the whole world, and I couldn't wait to be one of them myself.
You're lying. You have to be lying. You're lying.
Why? Because Frank said so. Of course, Frank never lied to you, did he? In law school, those evenings supposedly spent at the law library that were really with Jillian. And how about the long nights of the first campaign? When he'd come home at 3 o'clock in the morning, exhausted, and he'd turn away from you in bed. And after 4 hours of sleep, he'd be up, showered, shaved, and on to go again. To his politics and to her.
Frank would never tell you that.
Of course. I made that up. All right, Delia, technically he didn't lie to you. He just didn't tell you what he was doing. You know, I find this very interesting. I thought that among all of them, that you would have been on my side.
You're wrong about that. Frank and I have had a lot of problems, that's true. He hasn't been the perfect husband, and I certainly haven't been the perfect wife. But he's the father of my little boy, and the Ryans are the only family that I have. So I would never get on anyone else's side against...
Except when it's in your own best interest.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Delia, it seems to me that I want you very much to believe me. What will convince you? I can tell you stories of your childhood, of Bobby's friendship with Frank. Sad stories. I was very touched by them. I can tell you Ryan history and Maeve and her Michael O'Cleary, her father, and Skipperine, Connie Cork. I could casually mention Frank's shamrock tattoo. How's that one?
Oh, you are very clever and very well prepared. But I know you're making all this up.
And tell me, who and why would anybody go to this extreme? To block Frank's nomination? I'm not that politically astute, Delia. There must be easier ways to accomplish that.
I don't know. I don't understand why.
Well, then maybe you can understand this. Frank made me fall in love with him. Frank made love with me. I felt secure. I felt safe. I felt cherished. He proposed to me, and I accepted. He put a prenuptial agreement in front of me. I signed it. And then he divorced me. And he came back here and financed a congressional campaign and a marriage to Jillian with my money. Well, I'll see him dead first. Can you understand that, Delia?
No.
Oh.
But I understand about lying. I know a lot about lying. And I know how to lie. And I know that in order to have a good lie, somewhere, someplace in your heart or in your head, there's truth. And that's why people believe your story. See, I don't exactly believe your story, but I know your feelings are real. Frank hurt you somehow.
You are as sensitive as I thought you might be. I haven't said everything. I don't know how I can. I almost went mad with pain. Delia, I didn't pursue Frank Ryan. Oh, I thought he was beautiful and arrogant and full of life and absolutely wonderful, but I didn't go after him. It was just the opposite. He could have left me alone, but no, he didn't. He followed me. He pursued me, and that, I think, was cruel. That is what I find unforgivable.
Listen to this anymore.
Delia, please don't go.
I can't listen to you anymore. I can't even be in the same room with you. Who are you, really?
I am Charlotte Greer Ryan. You will understand that, Delia. You will understand.